Wagwan, what's great? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Chef Adrian Morris and you're watching Morris Time Cooking. As seen in the title, yes, today we're going to be making some Jamaican Manish Wata soup, aka strongback, aka goat soup. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you, which that's why you click on here, stick around. After the intro, we get right into it.
We know about sardine, mackerel, chicken neck, chicken back. Nothing I waste, nothing I dash way.
And we are back, as I said before, making some Manish Wata, aka strongback soup, aka goat soup. You name it, we have it. I have so far about 6 to 7 videos out on soups, and I'm going to give you a quick rundown, but at your convenience, you can check out the playlist right there. It says soups, right? So we have the chicken foot with pumpkin soup out, which has been doing great. We have the beef and pumpkin. We have the red peas with beef. We also have vegetable soup, the fish tea. We have last soup that I uploaded was the pepper pot soup, and those are out now, so you can go and check them out right there. So without further delay, let's jump right into this recipe. So what I have so far for ingredients, we're going to start off with the meat, and this is all goat, but just 3 different parts of the goat. We're starting off with the goat head. I know a lot of people may be weirded out, but it's a Jamaican tradition, so if you're not into having this type of soup, maybe it's not for you. But we have here a pound of goat head. This has already been cleaned. What they do, if you realize it looks a bit brown or somewhat pre-cooked, it's because they roast the goat head to get rid of all the hair and stuff. So they had to burn off everything, right? I already went ahead and I chopped these in bite-sized pieces and cleaned them. The purpose is not necessarily to get meat out of this, but solely for the purpose of flavor from the bone marrow and all of that good stuff. Next up, we have the goat tripe or the intestines, right? This has already been cleaned, washed with lime and vinegar. I wash all my meats with lime and vinegar to cut away some of that raw smell and just to get it nice and clean of all those debris, right? And last but not least, for the goat meat, I have here some goat leg. This is more of the meaty section of the goat, and it may look a little bit gray because I already washed it with lime, as I said before, and the vinegar, and I had it in my freezer after I cleaned it up and everything. So all that blood just drained out, hence it's not as red. But I assure you, it's nice and it's ready. If you get it from the grocery store though, however, like this, do not buy that. You know what I say? When you buy it, it must be of a nice pink color. I had it at a nice pink color, but I wash it with the lime and vinegar, and that sometimes will dim the color on there. And that's it for the meat. So just a rundown again. We have 1 pound of the goat head cut and clean and washed. We have 1 pound of the tripe, and over here we have ½ pound of the goat leg, and that's it where the meat is concerned. Now, for the sake of this video and for the purpose of time, I'm going to be putting this in my pressure cooker. You can cook this in a pot, but just know it will take up to about 2 hours to properly cook the tripe and all the meat pieces, right? In my pressure cooker, we're looking at about 45 minutes thereabout when I put that on the stew setting. So let's go. So what I did in my pressure cooker, as I said, just for the purpose of time, I already have some water boiling, and let me cover this so you can see my face. What I have here boiling is 8 cups of water, right? And that's what we're going to start out with. Or you can just use enough water to cover the meat pieces at least an inch above. Secondly, you need to set aside a full kettle of hot water. When you're working with soups, you need to use hot water just to top it up so you don't lose that temperature, right? So make sure you have a kettle on and there's some hot water going. Now, this is just the plain water. I'm going to go in with all my meat pieces. So we're going to go straight in now with the goat head. Some Caribbean restaurants or some Caribbean grocery stores, they no longer sell goat head because it's a very hard thing to cut on their machines, right? I went all the way to a different city to get these, just to make sure you get the authentic thing. We're gonna go in now with our tripe, the goat leg. All right, have a little piece of meat there, so where you go. We're gonna add to that about a tablespoon of pimento berries. Those will help to tenderize as well as to bring flavor to the meat pieces. 1 bouillon cube right now. A couple sprigs of fresh thyme, washed and everything. This is optional, but I'm also going to be using a couple pieces of pumpkin. I had these in my freezer. Whenever time I make soup, I buy just enough, cut them, wash them, and peel them, put them in my freezer. This is about less than quarter pound, right? And we're just gonna add that in there for a little extra flavor and a little bit of color. As I said, it's optional, but I like to put a little bit of pumpkin in my soup. Everything is smelling so great already, man. See? And last but not least, we're gonna be adding in about 4 to 5 garlic cloves. You can cut these or you can leave them whole. Just gonna cut these up. And this also helps to flavor the soup. So we need to flavor it from the get-go. If you're doing this straight in the pot, you can do the same procedure. This pressure cooker is just gonna speed up the process for me. Give that a nice little stir. So this looks like a lot of meat, I know, but when everything shrinks and you take out the bones and stuff, then you know you're just left with meat. This smells great. All right, we're gonna cover this up and put it on our soup or stew settings. After 30 to 45 minutes, we'll be back. So while our meat pieces are being pressured, we're almost down to about a minute now. We're gonna make the dough for the dumplings. So I have here 1 cup of all-purpose flour and 1/4 cup of cornmeal, fine grained cornmeal. We'll add that to the flour. And we have 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're just gonna add that in with around 3 to 4 ounces of water. We may not be needing all of this water, but we're just gonna add gradually until we get. Alright, pressure cooker is ready. We're not gonna open it just yet because we don't want all that distraction. Alright, just gonna add a little bit of that water in. I like to mix mine with a spoon at first, just so I don't get my hands too messy. And I hope I don't have to tell you, make sure your hands are clean, wash nicely on their nails when you're making these dough, right? And then scrape that. I'm gonna press, lift, and press to knead that in a nice soft dough, not sticky, but nice and soft. It seems as if we're gonna need a little bit more water. It's better to add water than flour. Just that. Nothing too much. Here we go, a nice dough. And we'll just rest that, keep it covered until we're ready to add them to the soup. We get in there. Okay, we get in there. All right, we are good to go. I'm just gonna crush these pumpkin. Transfer that into a pot. All right, that color is beautiful. I have here 1 Irish potato. So I just need 1 and I'm gonna cut that into 4, right? So 8 pieces, nice size cubes. We don't want them any bigger than that. Next up for the provisions, I have 1/2 pound of yam. I already went ahead and I washed these. They're oxidizing a little bit. That means to get slightly brown, even though I washed them in the lime water, right? Just gonna trim off that a little bit. And then we're just gonna cut that into nice cube size. So I like my yams to be around this size. You can go bigger if you want to. This is the size I like them, especially for presentation, right? You don't want to cut them too chunky. That's for when you're making regular provisions. I also have here 3 green bananas. We wash them and everything. We cut off the tops and the bottom. What you want to do with these green bananas, you want to put these in last minute because we don't want them to overcook, right? We have 1 medium carrot. We're just gonna cut those into nice wedges, so to speak. You can cut these however way you like. We just want to get them nice and uniform so they don't overcook. 3 stalks of fresh scallion. Some people call these green onion, but this is the one straight from Jamaica, so you know this is the original. And we're just gonna chop that up. All right, soup is bubbling nicely. Turn that down. If you don't have scallion, use the green onion. The difference with the scallion and the green onion, the scallion is that nice purple rooted one, straight from the Caribbean. We have a little bit more fresh thyme to put in the end. So in total, I use a head of garlic, half in the beginning and half in the end to give it that nice fresh finish. So I'm gonna go in now with my yam and my Irish potato. Nice. Give that a stir. Medium high heat thereabout. You don't want to stick anything or burn. Then we're gonna add in our dough. So here's the dough that we made already. Just pinch a piece like this. Roll it into a ball like so. And then we just roll it straight out. Get the ends nice and pointy. And that's what we're going to be putting into the soup. So that's one way. Second way, pinch about a marble sized piece, roll it into a ball, and then you're just going to use the thumb to just press. I like these little dumplings, cook quick and they're just nice in the soup, right? Alyssa does not like when I make the dumplings this small because she's worried if it's going to go down Jamaican's throat, right? So you can go a little bit bigger, around a golf size. Just roll that out and there you go. Just press in the middle, bring the edges in, bring the edges in, smooth the dumpling out, and there you go. You have a nice, and it's not too big, fits right in the palm, perfect for soup. I don't like to make my dumplings too big for my soups. If you're wondering where I got this pot, I know I love this pot. I get to see everything in there. You can check the description. I have my Amazon storefront, and just know if you purchase anything once you click on that link, it's an affiliated link, so we are compensated for each time you make a purchase, right? And that's just basically a lot of the stuff that I use here in my kitchen, the equipment that I use to record, as well as stuff that I use to cook, my tools, right? And we're ready, we're ready, we're ready. And look how clean my hands are. That's how you like your dumpling. Nice. Boom. Immediately give that a stir. Smells so great. And look at that color. Beautiful color, all because we added that small amount of pumpkin. So once you put the provisions in on the dumpling, this is going to be taking about 20 minutes. Right here I have 1.5 ounce of Manish Wata soup mix. You can get this in your Walmart, your local Caribbean store. Just ask them for Manish Wata soup mix. What I did was I strained mine to take out all the noodles, because having the noodles do two things to my soup. One, gets it way too thick because I already have the potato in there, and two, it just does not look good for presentation purpose. But if you're doing this for like a party or whatever, a big gathering, and you don't have time to strain it, you can just leave them in there. But that's my reason for not keeping them in there. I just don't like to see those little noodles. When they overcook, they get too starchy and then the soup becomes big and thick. And a soup like this, you don't want it to be thick. It's supposed to be runny, Manish water, right? So we're gonna add that in there. Ooh, this is gonna give the color a different look as well as the taste. And this is basically like your basil, your garlic powder, your onion powder, thyme, and stuff like that, right? And Scotch bonnet pepper. Oh Lord, look at that color. Instantly change. Nice dark color. Add in our carrots. Give that a taste. Alright, has flavor. It tastes that goat is very potent in there. So I'm going to go in with 1 tablespoon of all-purpose seasoning because we need a bit more flavor in there. 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper, or about ½ teaspoon, depending on how much you can tolerate spice. And at this point, you can season to taste with the all-purpose seasoning. Some people like their thing on the salty side, in the middle or lower. You can season to taste at this point. This is a very easy recipe. When you hear this term, Manish Wata soup, it just intimidates you. Don't feel intimidated. Just follow these instructions and trust me, you'll be on your way to greatness. Yeah, man. Everything is a good amount of food is in there, but the majority of it, it's the meat. That's what I like. Gonna hit that with the fresh garlic and thyme because we're down to our last 20 minutes. In with the green onion or the scallion. And then that's green Scotch bonnet. Just give it a squeeze. just like that. Drop it in. I like to leave the stem on there because I can just reach for it and pull it out easily. This has already been washed, right? Stir that up. And then now we can add that green banana. We add that green banana in the last minute because green banana takes about 15 to 16 minutes to cook. Green banana skin on. We're gonna cut them nice and uniform. So you wanna cut your green banana around this thick. Around that thick, right? And we'll just add them in. I may just add 2 green bananas to be honest, because I have a lot of food in here. Provisions, you can just add that to your liking. Don't go overboard because remember you have to have enough broth as well, right? Yeah, that skin, everything in there, man. We eat this with the skin. Just make sure you wash it nice and clean. Give that another taste. Gonna add some more all-purpose in there. So in total 2 tablespoons, because it's not to the level of spice that I want. I'm just gonna mix that up. Yes. The only thing this needs is a little bit more water and we're good to go. So in total, I'm gonna be adding in 12 cups of water. You can add around 14, depending. This is for a family of 4. Lots of provision, that's what I want. Lots of meat in there, that's what I want. Now 4 more cups of water. Give that another stir. Whoa. And you realize it did not stop the cooking process. That's why we use the hot water. And we're just gonna cover that. Hey Siri, set an alarm for 20 minutes. There we go. So in 20 minutes, we should be golden. If you like the video so far, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That helps out the channel tremendously. And if you love the vibe, hit subscribe. You know what I say? Because we have a lot more where this came from and a lot more recipes that I know you will enjoy having and making for your friends and family. So big up on yourself, man. After 20 minutes, we'll show you what time it is. And we are back and ready. Holy. Let me turn that down a little bit. It was on medium low. Just turn it up so you could see that bubble action. But 1 hour later and we're good to go. As I said, if you are going to be doing this straight in a pot, no pressure cooker, no instant cooker, then you're going to look at about 1.5 hours to 2 hours to get that tripe and the goat head properly cooked out. What I'm going to do now, just to reduce that heat, and I'm going to remove all of the bones from the goat head as well as the thyme sticks and so forth, and then dish it out. Let you see what it looks like and tell you what it tastes like. You know what I say? Something like this though, after the hour you can turn it down a minimum and just leave it to just cook slowly. The more it cooks is the better those flavors will develop, and trust me, you're in for a treat. Ooh, look at that. And during the cooking process, you know, you have to constantly stir just so you prevent it from sticking and or burning at the bottom. You know what I say? Yeah. Grab a tongue now. And we're just going to remove, as I said, those excessive thyme sticks as well as the bones. Trust me, if you love what you've seen here, don't forget to hit thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Many more where that came from. This are the real grand market, the real party. Anywhere you go in Jamaica to get some real Manish water soup, I eat this. Me I tell you, it's shot like, hey, listen to me now, man. It bad. would have spent my money on this right now and I mean make it. May I tell you bad. And I had to go in a different city to make sure I get this goated because I'm like, listen, I want to make it the right way for you. You know what I say? And you can throw a bit of okra in there if you like to, you know. But we don't want to create no damage to, you know what I say? The green banana, the skin, done a shot. I call the fam. Alyssa, come in. For your best time of the day this. Jaja, God. Hold on, man. This is too hot, man. I like to put it on every minute, man. Oh, I'm gonna start doing this mukbang on the family channel because I don't want to use this channel to do too much mukbang. Because I don't know if you're enjoying them. You enjoy me testing the food at the end? Leave in the comment section.
Hi there. Want to be a taste tester?
Yeah. I'll make a taste strong for me, because I'll make that go on. Simmer down, because I'm not ready to eat it. No.
Maybe jam, to be honest. This looks good. It smells good. I had goat soup once, and then to myself, I would never have it again.
Why?
I was in Jamaica. We went out as a family, and I had goat soup on the side of the road. You know how they cook the big pots? I threw up instantly.
Why?
It just tasted disgusting.
Because you think about what in there?
No, I didn't know what it was. I legit didn't know. They told me it was soup, and I said, cool, goat soup. Like, I had...
I'm not for me, try it out and tell me. Spicy still.
You know, I like my spice.
Okay, but Jamaica, how Jamaica can manage that?
You can have something else. Ooh, pepper.
Yeah. Flavor and reach it, be a pepper.
Hold on.
I have to take out the pepper halfway.
This is...
How when I go eat for talk?
This right, you're right. With soup, you have to like get a couple sips in.
That meaning it tastes good, that's what I say?
No, hold on. No, because... Hold on.
Right now,
Pepper
honestly.
is strong. No, this is really good. Come on.
Yeah, I take too long with my soup right now.
Can I just take this?
If you're ready for eating it, you can eat it because it's soup in a pot there, you know. Everything ready, you know.
This is good, and the pepper...
Pepper make it bless, but will Jamie be able to manage it?
No.
So as I said, if you did enjoy the video, leave a thumbs up, leave in the comment section, should we continue doing these at the end of these videos, or you just want the straight tutorials, and then we can bring the mukbang over to the family channel, Morris Time Family. Go and subscribe to that channel, subscribe here for this and more great recipes. Once again, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, you know, safe travel on the gravel, and go and big up on yourself. Yeah, Jamie around come for say the outro.
Try this recipe, it's so good.
Push the dumpling close to the camera and see what I got. Back up, lift up it, turn it side there. Fat dumpling. You know what I even make that specifically for? I make that dumpling specifically for.
This rabbit came on my laptop.
Jamaican baked goods. Oh, you reached that this. Oh, this is some stuff for me I'm gonna make for the channel. I'm gonna probably type it in. Go on. Yo, man, sweat. You ready? Come.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Come and give yours.
What's the point?
Come show
I'm
it specific. Alright, it's okay. Take it.